Hello guys, this is the Tartarus room of TryHackMe and it is among the favorite rooms which I know, and let's get started. So firstly we have IP address, like every website has an IP address. So let's start with an nmap scan, so nmap-sc-sv and the IP address. So the SC is a simple script scan. It scans a default script for checking for different types of exploits and all, and SV is to get the version number. Alright, and this is the web page which they have. So let's see the source code for this web page, which is control U. So from control U I can see the web page, and the web page has all of these details over here. Alright, so nothing great over here. So let's return to our nmap scan. So currently there is an nmap scan which is going on, and let's do an GoBuster. So GoBuster is used to brute force different types of directories, which will help you in like when you will brute force different types of directories, then it will like test for different types of over here directories, such as over here it will try admin, over here it can try login, and just like that it's just trying to brute force the directories with the word list I provide, which is at usr share word list and common.txt. So it found these three pages, but all of them are status 403, so we cannot access them. Alright, so our script is done, the basic nmap scan script, and it has 3 open ports. On this 21, one is 22, and another one is 80. 80 is the one on which this website is running. Alright, so now due to the SC script, we now have something which we have seen, that this FTP service is open for everyone and anyone can log in within anonymous. So when I'll type FTP and the IP, which is 10.10.212.167, oops, 167, and the name is anonymous as I just showed you over here. So FTP login allowed, and it doesn't require any passwords. So I'll do an ls, and you can see that there is this text.txt available over here which I can get. So I'll change my local working directory so that I don't want all of this to come in my home over here. So now all of this details will come in my music folder. Okay, so now I'll do get test.txt, and it was successfully received. Now if I'll go to music, and if I'll see that this thing text.txt, see, you can see that it's working. It's like we got the file. Now let's check all the contents in here. Okay, so usually let me go to cd music ls, and when I'll do ls-la, you will see that there is a single dot, there is 2 dots, both of these are hidden directories, and there is these 3 files. But in here if you'll see, there is something on a triple dot, which is not quite usual. So let's go over there, cd ls, there's nothing here, ls-la, and again I see a triple dot. So let's go to cd ls-la, and I got this file, you got good eyes, thank you. So let's do get and this file name. So we have successfully received this file as well, you got good eyes. Okay, so let me cancel this connection. goodbye, and let me clear this. So how did we start? We started with the nmap scan, and then we found out FTP was open, and then we connected to FTP to get the file, both of these files. So in you.got.eyes there is some directory which is super secret, which looks very different. Okay, so our GoBuster scan said that these are the directories which are possible. So it says that there is something known as /robots.txt. So over here, if I'll go to /robots.txt, it should show up. See, disallowed admin directory. So I'm not allowed to go. So it kind of revealed an information which it should have not revealed. So it tells that I am not supposed to go, the crawler is not supposed to go to admin directory, but now I'll go to admin directory, and yes, I got both of these credentials. So the first one is list of passwords, and the second one is list of user IDs. So I'm going to download both of these. Alright, so let me download this. Okay, just rather than download, I'll just create two files. Say touch passwords. Alright, and I'll nano passwords, and I'll paste all of these passwords. Yeah, all this list, I'll paste it here, and I'll save it. Control O, enter, Control X, and again I'll create a folder name as user IDs, and I'll nano user IDs, and I will paste the user IDs here, and I'll save it. Alright, so now we have the user IDs and the usernames, and we also found a super secret directory in that tab. Alright, so let's go to this super secret place. So in super secret place, you saw that like we came over here. Super secret was not actually, you are not able to find super secret in GoBuster because that is not a usual common naming convention. So that's why we didn't find it, but now we just got it. So let's try the different types of usernames. So we have to try each and every username from the passwords and user ID list. So let's brute force it using Hydra. So Hydra -L is for the username, and I'm going to pass user IDs. -P is for the passwords, which I'm going to pass the passwords list. Let's try sample name ABC and 123. Let's try and log in. So it showed an incorrect username on the authenticate PHP page. Alright, so let's do http-post-form. Okay, so let me paste in the IP though. So the IP is this one. This is the IP address. Then this is HTTP post form. Now I have to put this the inside part of the URL, just this one, like these directories I need to put here. Then I have to put user. Let's see. So whenever I put ABC123, and I'll go to inspect elements, and whenever I'll click on login, you will see there is an request of post request which says username and password. So just like that, you need to type username is equal to user, and then you need to type and the same name password is equal to pass. So if you have doubt about this, so I'll just show you this thing, which is the Hydra post form. so that even you become clear. So I'll just start it by the way, and then what we are seeing on this page is incorrect username. So let's just try and search for incorrect. So I'm copying incorrect, I'm going to paste incorrect, and I'll close this and I'll press enter. So let me clear and let me try again. Yeah, let's see. So over here also it just says what we have to do. You can read this if you want, but I'll still explain you. Hydra is the name of the tool, -L is for the list of user IDs, -P is for the list of passwords, the IP address on which the web server is running, this is the form, and this is the page or the file we are in, the login page actually, and this is the username, and this is the password, and this is what happens, what will it look for. So as you can see, we found our password. So this is this after this is, there are two colons. This is the login page address, this is the username password, which is the parameters or the params, and this is what it looks for incorrect login. So it looks for the word incorrect, so that if there is a login which is incorrect, so it will go over here and look for this word, incorrect word. So now we know the username and the password. So let's try and go in with this known username and password. And we are in. So that is good. So this is an file upload. So now we need to get a reversal back on the file upload. So firstly, let me check my IP address, which is this one, 10.9.22.24.142. I can even do this thing. I can do sudo ifconfig tune 0, and this too gave me the same address. Alright, so now I need to get a reversal. So I'll just show you in my downloads. You can download this reverse shell from the anywhere. You can just search it on net. This is a reverse shell PHP file which you will get. So I'll just show it to you if you want. You can just type reverse shell cheat reverse shell file upload. Yeah, and you will get this file. So you just need to download this file. Yeah, just click on over here and the file will be downloaded. This is a reverse shell file. So I'll take my own IP address and I'll go to this PHP reverse shell, and in this PHP reverse shell I need to update my IP address. Alright, so after updating it, I need to press on save and cancel. So I've updated it. Now I will just upload this file. So this is in here it is. So upload your file, upload. So now it has been uploaded, but where is it? Where has it been uploaded? I have no idea where it is. So we need to find out where it is located. So in this super secret only, yeah, we just did this. One second. Just log in again. Yeah, so we have uploaded the file, but we now need to know the location of the file. So I'll brute force this to check for the place where the file is. So where is the file? Well, do you remember this was like we tried admin directory? So is there an admin directory? No, it's not an admin directory. So let's just brute force this login page. Let's just brute force this part. So cobuster dir -u and the URL, the word list, which is usr share word list command.txt. So it's again trying to brute force in this super secret directory, and I'm waiting for the results. Okay, so this will actually give us a reverse netcat listener. Okay, so let me start the netcat listener, and on which port will it give me? Let's see that as well. So it will give me an reverse shell on the port 1234. Okay, so I need to start my netcat at 1234. Now I'm listening and I'm waiting for the connection. Okay, so we brute force the directory. There is a directory name as images. So let's go there. Rather than home, I'll go to images, and I can see, okay, fine, yes, I got it. So from again, by using brute force, we found this page, and this page has this png dot reverse dot shell dot. We can actually upload any picture, and all of this will come over here. So whatever files we are uploading, we can see over here. So now when I'm going to click on this, now it's running. Like when it's opening, you can see I got a reverse shell back on my netcat. Remember, I did this netcat just now. So now let me see, who am I? I am www.data. Now let's try and see. Now we are in. So basically we are in. Now we will have to do privilege escalation. So let me go to cd/home ls. So there are two users. One is 32. One is Derek. Alright, so this thing says that www.data, which is me, I can run one command as another user whose name is 32. So let's try and do sudo privilege escalation. So let's go to, where should we go? Go gf opens, and you really don't need to remember each and every privilege escalation. Just go to this website and just type in the command, which is gdb. So in gdb, we are trying to get a shell as a 32 user, because right now we are actually even worse. Right now we are only www.data, we are not even a user. So let's try and be 32. Okay, so let's run sudo dash as the user 32, and in 32 I want to run this command. And to get the shell I have to do this, and I'll press enter. Now let me see, who am I, and I'm 32. So I just upgraded myself from www.data to 32. Alright, so now let's open a new page. Let's search for stable python tty. Okay, see, so when I type which python, you see that there is a python over here. So python exists. So since python exists, I can call a stabilized python shell. So guys, you can check the difference that when I was typing a command like who am I wasn't getting that left dollar sign, but after running the stabilized shell I am getting the dollar sign. So now when I do ls, now it feels better, and now rather than all of this coming straight, you can see the difference. So this is more stable, and it's just like better to use and all. Okay, so I ran this. Did it not run? Okay, let's just do /bin /bash-i, and I got the bin bash. So the reason I got this bin bash is because now I'm a user and I can get a bin bash. I am allowed to get that. Let's try. So let's do ls. Now since I am 32, now I want to be Derek because Derek has more privileges. So sudo -l, and then again that as the user 32 can only run one command as the user Derek, which is git. So in gf opens, again I'm going to go and I'm going to search for git, and in git I'll try and get the shell or the sudo as well. It's the same actually. So to get sudo I have to do this, I have to type this command. Okay, so I'll type this. It will ask me for the password. Okay, fine. So the only reason it asks me for the password is because this will run as root, and remember we are not trying to run as root because we don't have privileges, but we have the privileges to run the command as the user Derek. You can see that I can run as user Derek this command. So run only as Derek, yeah. And which command? This command. This command. Oops, my bad. I have to copy it from right to left and not from left to right. Sudo -l, yeah, and again sudo -u as the user Derek. Why is this happening? Sudo -u as user d4 rckh, and I want to run /usr/bin/ I'm just copying this, git, and then this help config. Okay, let me press enter, and now I'll type this one, !bin/sh, and let me do who am I, and now I am Derek. So again I use privilege escalation. So first as www.data, which is the worst, then I became a user but a low user, and then now I am finally Derek, which is the highest level of user. So I can go in d4 rckh, and I can cat out this user text. Actually I could have done this before as well, we had the privilege, but that's fine. So now let's try sudo -l like previously, but you will know that it requires a password, because to become the root user it will ask you for a password. You just can't run the sudo commands like that. So I need to think something else to get the privileges. Alright, so the first step is checking sudo -l. If that doesn't work, you need to check for cron tabs or cron jobs. So cat etc/cron tab, and we have these many cron tabs running, out of which one is this, which shows that every 2 minutes there will be an Python command which runs this cleanup Python file. So for every 2 minutes a Python file in this Derek's folder will run. So this cleanup.py will run every 2 minutes. So let me run cleanup.py. Let me see what is the content, and the content is this one. So the content is basically just cleans everything up in the cleanup directory. So we need to change this to get a reverse shell back. And why are we doing this is because this runs as the root user. So the root user is doing this thing. So if you get a reverse shell back, we'll get a root privileged reverse shell back. So again, let's go to reverse shell cheat sheet. Okay, let's go to reverse shell cheat sheet, and in here let's go to, okay, so since this is a Python file, so we need to do this. Okay, since it is a Python file, we need to run this. So how will we do this? Is we need to firstly echo, we need to override this and put some information in this cleanup.py. So let's firstly make our file ready. So in music, I guess the let's use this one. Okay, and let's copy this Python code. So the difference here is, in this thing it is assuming it is running Python from the terminal. Now while this over here in this cleanup file, you can see that this is running as a Python command. So this is like a Python file which I need to run. Okay, so in this Python code is actually to run on the terminal, and it is not to be run as a Python file. So now I have to convert this to a Python file. So let's go and convert this to a Python file. So this is how a Python file looks, and here I will, so firstly Python doesn't have this semicolons, so let me remove the semicolons. Yeah, so I have removed all the semicolons. Now also I don't need these sub processes, because I'm not running on this terminal, I am running as a Python file itself. So again I'm going to write os.system, and that same command which was there before is /bin/sh. So /bin/sh-i. So this command, system command, will run whatever I type over in the terminal. So it's kind of the same with, so yeah, now I've converted that terminal command into this command, a Python file command. So this is a Python file, and now I need to overwrite this file, this cleanup file, with this new command. So to override, I'll use echo. So echo, so I have to change this as well. So firstly I'll go to my track me box, and I'll copy this. After copying this, I will change this IP here. This is now my IP. Now one of the main things I'll tell you over here is, do not use 1 2 3 4, and why this is why, because we were already connected via 1 2 3 4 already. So since we are already using 1 2 3 4, now we need to open a new port. So let's open 4444. Okay, now let's copy this and let's go here, and let's echo all of this, and I'm ending the echo tag into the cleanup.py file. Now let me cat cleanup.py, and now the code for cleanup.py is this, which is import socket os and all of this. Cleanup.py is actually anyone can write to this file. You can do check it by ls-la. That's why we added it in cleanup.py. So I'll start a netcat listener on my computer, lvnp 4444, and I'll just wait for this thing to run. So this is the code which is running, and in every 2 minutes, as I just showed you, cron tab will run, and I got the access. Perfect. Now let me see who am I. I am the root user, ls, and this root txt file can be catted out and you will get the answer. So I hope you like this video, and again a few points. When I am going to do nano cleanup.py, it won't work, permission denied. Also vim doesn't work because escape key is, you can't press the escape key in this connection, so that also doesn't work. Also what you could have done rather than echo is you can have got your file with wget, but that's alright, even echo works fine with me. So now I can root out this file, like I can cat out this file, and that's it. So I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe, and see you next time.